the remainder. You're sticking with Anthony here, Mick?
Yeah,
taking off Beadle.
I think the worry is Beadle's he's by a sire whose horses love quick ground, and there doesn't seem to be any market of confidence behind this horse. Anthony, on the other hand, there's plenty of confidence behind him, and I think that speaks volumes from John Joe's horse drifting like a barge. I'd like the option, which is a bit of a concern.
OK, well, the runners are down at the start. We just saw Anthony skipping through the back of the picture there, but I'll be looking at a Gary Moore double here, Luke.
I think we probably are. If you saw the horse when he won here, and don't get it was 2 mile 3, he absolutely bolted up. So look, and I didn't think he ran too bad last time at Market Raising either. So yeah, he's definitely the one. I must admit, look, Beadle's a fascinating contender from that stable. You can see he's on his toes. It'd be interesting to see what Will does with him. You can see he's just one of those horses. He's just having a look about him, just flicking his ears. He'll have done plenty of schooling, that is for sure. I'm not worried about the ground for him. It's just whether you can school a horse to blue in the face at home. You never quite know until you actually run them if they're going to take to it well. I can guarantee, especially now with the stable jockey there all the time, that this horse will have done loads and loads of jumping. He's unquestionably got ability, as we know, but it's a different ball game here. I'd like the option and the horse that fits. He likes. He won OK at Uttoxeter. I think he'd need to improve on what he achieved at Bangor. And Noble Friend, who's been, as I said earlier on, has been a good friend to that team. 4-time winner. Again, he didn't run too bad last time at Raisin either. So just see that Richard Johnson just showing Anthony the inspection hurdle again, nicely on his toes without being silly. Other horses in here. Prince of Silver just on its toes. This is his 3rd run over hurdles now, but interesting that Beadle is just jig-jogging around there. Anthony, though, I think it could easily be a double for Gary Moore. Well, if there's racing, you can rest assured that Enzo will be working the hard.
This is Sturmwind with out wider Leaside Lady, maroon and white, horse with a noseband. Just behind those in the black is Beadle, who's racing with the headgear, the hood, as the visor, I should say, on the outside in 4th place. On the inside is Noble Friend. That's racing in the hood, the yellow and red colours. Colours of Kate Digweed. Noble Friend in the hands of double-seeking Tom Cannon. Then comes Anthony, the market leader, pink sleeves. Richard Johnson on board. The grey outwider is Prince of Silver. And then the green and gold hoops of I'd Like the Option, who's racing one from the back of the field. And the back marker is Sharp Sword in the hands of Noel Feely, one of a couple in the race for trainer Neil Mulholland. So heading down the far side then. Steady pace here on ground now described as good to soft. It is the Western Force on the inside. Out wider is Leaside Lady. In 3rd place is Sturmwind as they jump this flight. Good jump in 4th place by Noble Friend. Beadle was not as quick as some of the others towards the outside. Anthony is next, and then comes I'd Like the Option. And then further back is Prince of Silver. That's the grey. And the back marker in light blue colours, Sharp Sword, as they head towards the 3rd of the 9. So up front, in the centre it's Sturmwind. On the inside it's the Western Force in the dark blue. Racing in 3rd is Leaside Lady, maroon and white colours. 2 lengths back to Noble Friend. The horse has got some good form over fences. Racing there in 4th place, the yellow and red colours. Out wider is the hurdling newcomer Beadle. And then on the inside is Anthony in those pink sleeves. Richard Johnson, the season's leading rider. Gary Moore. His last 2 runners have both been successful. Royal Battalion here in the first, and of course Mr. Fickle won the final race for him last night at Kempton Park. So stable going well, Gary Moore. Anthony's been well backed here. He's racing back on the inside at the moment with about 3 behind him. They are the grey Prince of Silver. And then I'd Like the Option, and towards the back is Sharp Sword. This will be the last next time. It was their first, flight 5. In the middle is Sturmwind for Leighton Aspel. On the far side is the Western Force. A bit careful over that flight. Racing out wider is Leaside Lady. 2 lengths back to Noble Friend, who's racing in 4th. And then comes Beadle, who's racing out wide in the black, ahead of Anthony. And the back trio are still Prince of Silver, I'd Like the Option in the McManus colours, and the back marker held up by Noel Feely is Sharp Sword as they head past us with one more circuit to go. In a race being run at a steady gallop so far. A rather wet day here at Fontwell Park as they now make their way down the far side for the final time. Sturmwind with Leaside Lady and the Western Force. This trio of runners have been at the head of affairs throughout. Noble Friend in 4th place. Bedale is wider. Towards the inside then is Anthony, followed by Prince of Silver. Then comes I'd Like the Option, and just dropping off them a bit is Sharp Sword as the pace increases here. They jump the first on the far side. Bedale again a little bit slower than one or two of the others. They've now got just 3 left to jump. The pace on the increase then, it's Sturmwind who's gone on to Leaside Lady. The Western Force looks the first one to crack. Out wider, Bedale is getting closer. Noble Friend is still travelled up strongly. Anthony is also creeping much closer now. Richard Johnson has manoeuvred past the Western Force to go up on the inside there. Anthony in a very quick manoeuvre. He's now up into about 3rd place and travelling strongly. Just had to go round the rail there, but he's on the improve, the market leader. So about to leave the back straight behind them then. Up front, Sturmwind. Pressed by Leaside Lady, Noble Friend, the strong travelling Anthony. Then Bedale, who's still got every chance in the black, and they're followed by I'd Like the Option, who's made some smooth headway as well. So quite a few chances here as they begin the sprint for home with 2 left to jump. So towards the near side, Leaside Lady, joined by the strong travelling Anthony, who's come there powerfully now for Richard Johnson. Here comes Bedale though for Aidan Coleman towards the near side. Anthony a slight mistake, joined by Bedale, Noble Friend between them, and then I'd Like the Option, who's still making significant headway for Richie McClernand. So 1 left to jump. Anthony shaken up. I'd Like the Option could be the threat in the centre. Here's the last. Anthony ahead from I'd Like the Option and Bedale. They've got 100 yards to go. Anthony has first run and leads by a length. So I'd Like the Option who's trying to close now in the centre. Bedale just lugging in behind. It's I'd Like the Option and Anthony with 50 yards to go. I'd Like the Option getting on top. I'd Like the Option gets up to win for JP McManus. John Joe O'Neill and Richie McClernand edges out Anthony in 2nd. Bedale was 3rd. Noble Friend 4th. Further back to find Leaside Lady.
Well, having one of your top throughs, a little bit disappointed with Banger, but that's certainly the real I'd Like the Option. He's done that really, really nicely. For me, he was going to win from when he turned in. Now, just for half a minute, I didn't think he was going to pick up quite as well. Anthony, who's a real good traveller around on the inside, he was running away for Dickie Johnson. He's run a really nice race, but obviously just not quite good enough. And to be fair, Bedale's run better than I thought he would early on. You could see why he had headgear on, because he was running about his hurdles, and plainly that's why they were on. And again, when he came under pressure, he's just a little bit all over the place. You could forgive him, though. It was only his first start over hurdles, and I'm sure on better ground that Bedale will be winning a race. But he looks like a nice horse. I like the Option. Proper sort of horse by presenting. You can see he's got a good attitude as well. When Richie just gives him a smack, instead of running around all over the place, he doesn't do that. He just sticks his head down and just in the end just gets the better of Anthony. As I said, it was run well, just on this occasion not quite good enough. And stop press. Fitzy, you're on form. You've had a winner, son. Well done.
I'd Like the Option getting up in the closing stage then to nail Anthony, denying the well-backed favourite who traded very short throughout the run, and Bedale finishing back in 3rd place. But it's made no difference, I don't think, Mick, to the overall result, but we saw just leaving the back that Dickie got a bit squeezed for room. Yeah,
what you'll see here, just watch where Dickie is. Look where the rail comes out, and all the other jockeys are there, and Dickie's got a decision to make. Do I kick and go, or do I wait? And he's waiting. You can just see he just gets shuffled back, and, you know, there's a time there when you think to yourself, well,